Hi guys, I'm Samshine and welcome to my art channel. In this video, I'm going to be using my Fashion Swatches sketchbook to draw leopard print. A good way to start is to actually have a look at a real leopard. So leopards are absolutely beautiful creatures. If you look towards the stomach area in particular and the back, and even along the tail, you see the definitive leopard print pattern that we all know. We're going to be using three colours, and looking at this photo, you can see that there is a base colour. Of course, you can use any colour that you like. You can use a gradient, because if you look at the stomach area in the back, you can see there's two different shades there that blend into each other as a gradient. As I'm going to be using alcohol markers in my sketchbook, I'm going to be using this protective film to protect my paper. This sketchbook is not actually for marker pens or alcohol markers, so I have to be very careful. I've not used this sketchbook before, so this is also a bit of a trial and error for me. We're using ohuhu alcohol markers. These are the three colours I'll be using: E220, BR3, and 120, which is black. I'll also be using a Faber-Castell B pen. B stands for brush. It has a brush tip there, as you can see. What I like about this particular brush is that it doesn't bleed through the page, unlike alcohol markers. I'm going to use this just to show you the different type of outlines you can use. So the first one I'll do is quite simple. I'll just do 3 little splodges. I don't really know what to call them, but I'll just refer to them as splodges. And there we go. There's like 3 there. They're not necessarily neat or tidy. I'm going to do 2 now. So I have a ohuhu swatch sheet here, which I looked at before selecting my colours. I'm going to be using the base colour here of E220. And then for my darker colour, I'm going to be using BR3, which is this one here. I did consider using BR2, but I didn't want it too dark to my base colour, so I think this one may be best. I just want to say straight away that this colour is actually darker than I anticipated. This does happen a lot with alcohol markers. The colour on the lid there is way lighter than the colour on the paper. They made a little bit of a mess there already. So bear that in mind when you're creating your own swatches. I would have used a lighter colour, but we're going to try and make this work. I have a number 0 colourless blender here, which is really useful for if you make mistakes. It seems to have worked. The paper is still wet at the moment, so it does look like it's stained, but hopefully once that dries, that will disappear. And this is what it looks like on the back if you're interested. I've had some bleed through, as you can see, but not down here with the Faber-Castell brush pen. So now moving on to the actual leopard prints, you can use a black alcohol marker. I've decided I'm going to stick with the Faber-Castell pen as I liked the effect that I got. And I see that I'm damaging the paper a little bit already. The colourless blender has left a stain on the paper now that the paper is dried, and I didn't expect that. This paper is lovely. It's very textured, but very thin, and it definitely has a lot of bleed through. So because of that, I'm going to adapt to using it. For the final step 3, it's time to use the darker colour. I'm going to be using BR2, and I'm simply just going to darken the areas within the actual black outline, just like this. Let's keep it nice and simple. All the colours that I've used are darker than I thought, but they actually work out quite well. For the colouring pencil leopard print swatches, I'm going to be using 3 colours. The brand I'll be using is Derwent, but you can use any colouring pencil brand. I'll be using a light pale brown with a mid brown. The pale brown is the base, and then a black pencil. This is in Mars Black in the Derwent Light Fast range. So again, it's just 3 colours, a base, a filler colour, and then the black for an outline.